Good morning, class. As we have already completed the textual portion for the unit test, so today we are going to take up one topic in grammar, and that is question tag. Okay, we are going to understand all about the question tags, how they are made and how they are used in a sentence. So let's begin. A question tag is a grammatical structure in which a declarative or an imperative statement is turned into a question by the addition of an interrogative fragment. Okay, so what is a question tag? It's a grammatical structure. Now, in which a declarative or an imperative statement. Now we know what is declarative and imperative statement. Such statements are turned into a question by the addition of an interrogative fragment. Let's see the example. You are Jack, aren't you? Okay. Now, question tags are formed with the auxiliary or modal verb from the statement and appropriate subject. That means whenever you are asked to put a tag in a sentence, so you need to read the statement very carefully, and from that statement you pick out auxiliary or modal verb, whichever is there in the statement, and also note the appropriate subject. These things are important. Now, basic rules about question tags. Simplest one, but very important to remember. First one, if the statement is positive, the tag must be negative. Example, you are a student. The statement ends here. You are a student and it is a positive statement. Aren't you? It is a tag and it is in the negative. Second one, if the statement is negative, then the tag must be positive. Example, Nisha isn't a teacher. That's a statement. Isn't is an abbreviation for is not. So it's a negative statement and so the tag is positive, which is she. Now, important points to remember. Now, let's understand this through an example. You are a student, aren't you? Now, here, a subject pronoun comes after the auxiliary or a modal verb or a form of verb to be. Now, in this sentence, you is a subject which is placed after the verb. Okay, and in the tag, we make the negative of, because sentence is positive, so we are using negative of it, aren't. And the subject is placed after aren't, that is you. Second example, Nisha isn't a teacher. Is she? A subject pronoun is used to replace a noun or a noun phrase. What is the important point over here? Now, in the place of subject, it is noun. Nisha is the name of a girl, so it is a noun. So they say when we need to put a tag to the statement, instead of noun, we can use a pronoun. A subject pronoun is used to replace a noun or a noun phrase. Okay. Now, hope this much is clear to all of you children. Okay. We'll wait here. We'll wait here for a short break. Yes, class. Let's proceed with our topic. Hope till here everything has been clear to you all. Okay. So we were learning some rules. Let's proceed further. Remember to use some rules for adding a tag to the sentence. Now, this is basically to make things easier for you to try. I try to make it like in a simpler format, so that if you remember these points, this topic would become very easy for you all to follow. Now, first rule is that use they, they, for if you get a words like each, everyone, everybody, anyone, anybody, someone, somebody, none, nobody. If these words have been used in the sentence, for all such words you are going to use they in the tag. See an example. Nobody went to the meeting. Now this is a sentence over here. The sentence has the word nobody. Okay, the subject is nobody, but we cannot write nobody in the tag. So what we'll write there? We will use the word they. Okay, so what will be the tag? Tag be did they. Nobody went to the meeting. Did they. Now why did here? Because went is a past tense, and whenever there is a past tense we use did. Okay. Second one, put will you in case of imperative sentence if it is a order or a request, right? We know there are so many types of sentences in the imperative, like we have declarative, order, request, and so on. So if it is an order or a request, you can use will you. See the examples. Stop daydreaming. Will you? Pass me the book. Will you? Send me the parcel immediately. Won't you? Now, third one is an example of urgent request. Now, third one, put shall we in case of suggestion often introduced by let's. That means if your sentence begins with the word let, we can use shall we. Example, let's go for an outing. Shall we? Let's do our homework first. Shall we? Now both the sentences begin with the word let's. So here we can use shall we. Now fourth one is when there is no direct auxiliary mentioned and when the verb ends in s, then we have to use doesn't in the normal case. If the tense is in the present tense, we will use don't. And if the tense is in the past tense, we will use didn't. In the negative case, anti means it is a negative. If the sentence is positive, you have to use a negative tag. So doesn't if the verb ends in s. If it is in present tense, don't. If it is in the past tense, didn't. Okay. Hope this much is clear, children. We'll wait here for a small break. Yes, class. Now we have already understood 4 rules while adding a tag in the sentence. Okay. Let's proceed further and see another rules. Now here we are going to learn about rule number 5. Rule number 5 says when has, have or had are main verbs. That means when has, have or had are used as a main verb in the sentence. If such cases, with has we will use doesn't, and with have we are going to use don't, and with had we will use didn't. Now let us understand this with an example. She has a cycle, doesn't she? They have money, don't they? He had fever, didn't he? Now you see, in the first sentence, has is used. And so as a rule, with has we have used doesn't. Second sentence, made use of have. And so with have, we have made use of don't. Third sentence is having had and so didn't. This is how we are going to use the words in the tag. Next rule number 5b. Now when has, have or had are used as auxiliary verbs, that means they are not used as main verbs. This is very important, children. Okay, remember when they are not used as main verbs, then with has we will use hasn't, and with have we will use haven't, and with had we will use hadn't. Now this also can be better understood with the help of example. Let's see some examples. She has invited us, hasn't she? Everyone have reported on time, haven't they? He had done his homework, hadn't he? Now here sentence 1 is having has, and with that we have used hasn't. Second sentence have, and we have used haven't. Third sentence had, and we have used hadn't. Now in these sentences they are not acting as a main verb, they are helping verbs. So we have used hasn't, haven't and hadn't accordingly. Okay. Another point to remember is, children, that if the verb to be is in simple present tense, then the tag will also be in the present tense. And if the verb is to be is in the past tense, then the question tag will also be in the past tense. And same applies to negative statements with auxiliary verbs and modals. Okay. Now hope this topic is very clear to you and you all have understood it very well. That's all for the topic, children. Thank you.